quality of the audio.
Yeah.
That's like of paramount importance in like 2020 goal stuff.
Guess I'm buying a Scarlett.
What's is that the preamp and like
It's an
A to D converter?
It's
Yeah.
an A to D converter.
Yeah. It's probably a good idea.
But I'm wondering if with that, if I could just start with like an SM58 and at least get a good A to D converter.
Yeah, 58s will do fine, I guess. Cheap. Probably find them laying around.
I got them laying around at the old studio.
Yeah. I know one's laying around. I just can't find it. It might be my parents' house. Like I know I got like at least one left. I had like 5 of them.
Looks like I know what you're doing next on Wednesday, Tuesday. Once you get there,
exactly. Digging around my parents' basement for a SM58. That's a great. I forgot. That's a great idea. Hey Google, set reminder on December 25th to dig for an SM58. Got it. Because I think Marco's on the call. Mark, are you there?
What's up, guys? How are you?
What's up?
Remember that? Do you remember that commercial?
The Budweiser commercial? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm that old, I guess. I think Jacob hopped on as well.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What's up, Jacob? Are you in an elevator? Where are you?
I am sitting in my truck because my kid's asleep. So
I got you.
I am riding it out with the truck running and everything.
Okay, so yeah, you just got it. You're just like sitting. You're not like driving the vehicle.
No.
Right?
I am sitting in my driveway.
I tell you, like that's like one of the most common scenarios. Like in the podcast, the last one we had with Chris Tiffany and with Kramer Snuggs on MSP Weekly, they're both in their car trying to get away from like noise and stuff.
It's becoming an ongoing theme.
That's so funny. Who else we got? We'll just get started. It's gonna be a lean meeting. Who else? Did I press record? I can't remember. Yep, I did. I should be sharing my screen. Hey, Brandon, can you see my screen?
Yep, we're good.
Good. All right. Let's go ahead and knock this out. There are some important updates, but let's start off with some purpose and some quotes. I did a Christmas quote, so I typed in Google Christmas quotes, and I found one. It says, Christmas waves a magic wand over this world, and behold, everything is softer and more beautiful. I don't know who Norman Vincent Peale is, but I love that quote. And for me, what that kind of translates over is to, LVN is so far reaching. It's pretty much worldwide, but concentrated in the US. But I feel like we're just like across the internet and amplified through social media. We're just improving the lives and the industry as a whole. And we're just kind of making it a softer and more beautiful place. One gold standard rack build at a time. You like that, Brandon? I was stretching for that one, but I got it. It's a work in progress. Maybe next year. The purpose of this meeting is to continue building this amazing community that we have, as well as how do we grow as businesses. Most of us are business owners in some capacity, and also grow our personal and professional brand. Stuff like LinkedIn, especially, is a huge personal brand building mechanism that we spend a lot of time and energy on, and it's actually paid a lot of dividends for, I think, other ambassadors as well as myself. I've been getting a lot of great feedback and lots of good stuff happening. Also, knowledge sharing. We use Slack quite a bit. Obviously, everybody's in there getting after it, and that's what we're doing. We're providing each other. We're seasoned professionals in certain areas, but we have our strengths and weaknesses, and we lift each other up to help accomplish the task. And there's that hashtag. I believe it's community over competition. I think it is that Pierce started. Kramer started using it. I think Brandon has adopted that as well.
Yep.
And I love that hashtag, and that just kind of goes with the whole knowledge sharing, inclusiveness, positivity, charity, service work, like all that stuff is just what really is some of the lifeblood of Low Voltage Nation and what we represent as a community. Cool. It's being recorded. It will be on YouTube. Phone's on mute. It's kind of a lean meeting, so you can kind of leave it open, and if you're in a quiet place, no big deal. Just reduce the noise. Organizers, I'm not sure who's gonna. I guess I'm the organizer, unless anybody else wants to jump in. This is kind of a last minute little repurposed agenda from last meeting, but I do want to go over some stuff in regards to the gold standard, and as well as the meetup, which is kind of becoming a big deal. We got several people coming in, which is awesome. Follow all the ambassadors, any social platform you're on. If you're not already on, like LinkedIn and Instagram, I think everybody's on Instagram for the most part. But just make sure you're following people and interacting in a positive way. And then Brandon, I think you saw some. I know that you saw some like reposting of people's stuff, claiming as their own.
Yep.
I think you wanted to mention that. I don't know if I put it on the agenda, but what's the deal with all that stuff going on?
I mean, lately it's been mostly Pierce and then Will, and it's more just kind of monitor it and then block it as spam right when you see it, just so we can stop it. I mean, the past few days since I've been getting reposted by Cisco, I'm seeing more and more Middle Eastern accounts like following me, and I've just been blocking them right away.
Yeah, it's a whack-a-mole. I don't even know if it's like worth our time or energy, but we can at least just like leave a comment, be like, "Hey, this is this person's work. Please remove."
Right.
You know,
And
like
one of the thoughts we had was point out who exactly did it, so that you can tie them back to their Instagram account. Not the
exactly.
That reposted it.
Yeah, and like just say like this is not how low voltage nation works. You know, it's like I tie it back to low voltage nation. There's an opportunity to like promote like what we're doing and like give credit where credit's due to the actual person that did it.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. Let's see. We'll just jump right into the agenda. So we got this meetup. It's becoming a big deal. I think we got almost like 11 people coming from out of town. There's several people local. So hopefully I capped it off at 25 people on the meetup.com. And if you haven't, check the meetup.com, meetup.com/low voltage nation. So Christina and I are organizers, and we have 8 people. Let's see. Theron Forker is going to be there. Marco is a sponsor, and Jody Fletcher, he's going to be there. He's local as well. Chris Tiffany's bringing a handful of people. They're staying at the Marriott across the street, which is pretty cool. I think that's where the after party is going to be. So if anybody's like into low voltage nation after partying in Music City, then talk to Chris. He's your man. He's got the boom boom room, the private suite. Ron Maynard's going to be there. Ron Maynard is with Provisions Group. So Provisions Group, I actually signed a 1099 with them to do IT consulting. That was actually one of the things that came through all the interaction on Low Voltage Nation. They're a huge fan of it. And what Provisions Groups does is we hire people like MSPs, structured cabling people, and we basically just put temporary IT directors into small to medium-sized businesses. And actually put this on the agenda, but I can go ahead and talk about it right now. I think this is huge for LVN in Nashville. And if we start getting business here through our efforts, I can funnel leads and potentially get a lot of connections through Provisions Group. At the same time, put a little cash in my pocket while I keep moving down the path of LVN. So I think that's a really big thing. And I definitely want to introduce some people to Ron. Great guy, great group. They're super supportive of me going on the road and building up this community. And it's going to be good for everybody, in my opinion. I hope it is. And I think it really is. Just getting a good vibe from them when I met them in person last week. So here's the agenda. It's shared out, pretty loose agenda, just kind of hanging out. But we'll have the room all day. So if anybody wants to help set up, or we can schedule some meetings before. Christina and I were going to be staying the night at Cambria Hotel. So we'll be downtown. I live downtown, but we'll be downtown all day and the day before. And then if you want to do some meetings, help out, talk shop, get some content, do some interviews, whatever. There's a lot of opportunity to really connect these couple days that we're going to be doing the meetup. Any questions or comments on the meetup stuff? Marco, I know you're going to be coming out there. Are you bringing any guests? I think we talked about possibly bringing your marketing person. Or
yeah. My sister I may bring with me. I have to see what her schedule's like, but that may be an option. Yeah, and I don't know if anything else as far as what you guys may need, or anything that I know we spoke about it briefly last week, but anybody you think of that I can help bring with me or send out to you, just let me know.
Yeah, since you're you're listed as a sponsor, I would like to get some lanyards. We talked about that. What do you think about that? I think
Absolutely.
you sent me
For
some.
sure,
I
man.
got like 3 or 4, but I wanted to get some lanyards and like get some name tags. I think that'd be kind of cool. Cool. Sponsors. So we've got a handful. Cisco is sending stuff out. Oh yeah, Marco. Did you talk to Mark Nagao about equipment? We got to start like getting on the ball with that. Mark from Cisco. You still there, Marco? Hello. Hey, Brandon, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think I lost Marco. I'm not sure what's going on.
When I had my meeting with Mark the other day, he said he was running low on stock for equipment he can send out. So don't know where he'd be at for us because that would be in the new year, but I ended up having to get a bunch of NFR gear because he was running low.
Oh, he's running low on. Well, he said that we can definitely get switches. So
okay. It was more I wanted to get an RV router to test out, and he said he was running low on those.
Oh, okay.
But that's fine. I didn't know with NFRs I could also get Cisco Meraki, so I just placed a nice order of equipment.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm happy.
I got you. So I'm trying to think what we should get for a router if he's running low. Let's see.
I'd check with him and see if he can still get an RV. I mean, it is in the new year. Maybe they restock right at the beginning of the year. Who knows?
What's the model number? Do you know it?
345 would be like their top end one.
345.
Yeah. Kramer might be another good one to talk to see if he can reach out to him. Okay. Or see if Kramer has one just laying around.
He probably does. Or I don't know if Pierce does. I know Pierce got a big old shipment of free stuff from him.
Yeah.
What is Marco doing? He's on mute. Oh, he's off the call.
I think he's just off the call.
Oh, Marco. He must have Google Fiber. It is not a good situation for Google Fiber. Like they did shallow trenching in Louisville. They pulled out of Louisville, and now they did shallow trenching in Nashville, and it's getting torn up. Like they're cutting the fiber lines, like when they're doing like resurfacing and like just wear and tear. They did 2 inches below on the side of the road. That's what Google Fiber did.
There's a company up here that's going to start doing trenching like that, and I'm just wondering how that's going to work out. They just started in my old neighborhood.
Maybe because it's like not. I don't know how heavily traversed that your roads are, but I know it's pretty bad in Louisville and pretty bad here, especially.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like it saves them money because they're just doing micro trenching, but
it's because they can't get on the poles, so they.
It's really bad up here. Yeah, it's really bad up here. Frontier owns most of the poles in RG&E, and they will not let them on it.
Yep. There's like they have like legislature, like they don't allow it. There's like laws and shit. So
yeah.
It's
well, RG&E's our power company up here is terrible. I had a job where when they redo their underground trenches, they don't care if they destroyed the trench next to it. So say it's a Frontier trench, they don't care. So they ended up crushing the Spectrum coax that was going into one of my clients, and all it did was took out one frequency for digital cable, so it only took out 2 stations. It took them 7 hours to figure out that was the problem.
Oh gosh, it's terrible.
And then they go, "Oh yeah, RG&E does this all the time. They just destroy our wires when they're trenched in like that."
They just do it all the time. It's so messed up, man.
I know.
It's like critical infrastructure. Who cares? But Google Fiber, I think their game was just to push the market to start building out like Comcast, Time Warner, and all these big guys, and they were effective at doing it. They don't give a shit about this long-term strategy, like in terms of like building out more cities. They just wanted just to move the market, as far as I can tell, after doing some research on it.
Well, when the Spectrum merger happened with Time Warner, they were supposed to, and specifically New York, push out high-speed internet to more of the rural areas.
Yeah.
And they ended up getting fined by New York State because they never did it. So now their answer is, well, we'll just give all the rural areas fiber.
Yeah.
So one of my subs, he lives like in the middle of nowhere, and he just got fiber for $150 a month. And all I can get is coax at my house.
Google Fiber is doing $60 a month for gigabit fiber to the home. Isn't that nuts?
Wow.
$60 a month. It's insane. Sponsors. Who knows? I've been talking with Brent a little bit, 10-4 Optics. I've been chatting with him on LinkedIn. Whose connection is that? I think Pierce or Zach or somebody. Yeah, Pierce is connected with everybody, of course. Yeah, I've been chatting with
back. I'm sorry.
Gosh, damn it. Marco, where have you been? We've been talking to you.
Talking about failure to communicate is not an option, huh?
I know. I think I'm wearing a shirt that says that right now.
Damn, at least a hat. Hit me in the rear end. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's this Mac. I got to get rid of it.
It's the Mac? Are you running like Chrome through the Mac, or like what's the deal?
Yeah, no, it's Chrome. Yeah, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, everything just dropped off, and then I couldn't. So I figured I'd do it the old-fashioned way with a phone call.
I got you. Yeah, we parlayed into a Google Fiber bashing session after you dropped off, because Google Fiber is like I keep getting kicked off too, and I have gigabit fiber that's not working.
Really? It's just down?
It's been going down like on a weekly basis. It was down an entire Saturday, and it was down a couple of days ago for a few hours. But on a weekly basis, it'll go down for hours. They did shallow trenching, and it's getting cut. Same thing happened in Louisville.
Oh.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep.
You get what you pay for. Not you, but them.
Yeah. Well, it's $60 a month, so it's kind of what you pay for. Yeah, but so we were talking about. Well, I wanted to see if you had a chance to reach out to Mark Nagao for the Cisco stuff, for the meetup, for the rack build. We were trying to get.
I was talking to him about something else, and I didn't hear back from him on it. I'll reach back out to him. Maybe I'll shoot him a text now. I know it's Sunday, but at least
send him a text right now while you're on the meetup. Just go ahead and knock that out. All right.
Definitely.
Yeah, RV345 is the router we're looking for, and then we got to get a hold of an access point. It's not critical, but we would like to have an access point for the meetup.
I can hand you off my WAP 150 that he sent me, because we're just going to get a 581 through NFR, so that's fine.
I was going to say I could probably get a 371 or something too.
So who's going to get the?
Just let me know if you want mine. That's fine.
Well, since Marco's coming, it might be easiest for him to bring it, or I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, Marco, can you get a 371?
Yeah, I can do it.
Word. All right. It's on your to-do list.
We just got in 500 cradle points if you want one.
What's the model
500
number?
of them?
Yeah, we deal with a company that does mass deployments, so we just got them all in for recycling.
You've got 500 of them.
Jeez. Yeah. I have to look and see what model it is, but I'll be more than happy to send you a couple hundred if you want.
No, man, I'm good.
God, don't put ideas in my head, all right? I got enough of them sitting in my test bench just to play with.
Send him to like Fiber Cartel. He's a pack rat. I am not. I rent a room in Nashville, and that's all I got. Underneath my bed is like filled with boxes of stuff that's more sent to me. Cool. Let's see here. So Marco, you got another to-do item as well. Get the lanyards. You think you can score like 20 or 30 of them for the meetup?
Yeah, I probably have that many already. So
yeah.
Should be all right.
Yeah, and I got some. I just thought it'd be cool to have that for people. All right. What else we got? Sponsors. We'll put ECC, since you're providing some stuff. Anybody that's like helping out with it. Brandon, did you want to put your company logo on the list?
Sure. Yeah.
That's fine. This is all just like this is not paid sponsorship stuff. It's just like, hey, you helped out with this, or you gave some advice on that. Hey, you're an ambassador, yay! So is it TSC IT? Is that?
Yep.
Okay. TSC IT, and then What about you, Jacob? Did you want to get on the list? I think Jacob just said, forget it. He got sick of our Google Fiber rant. He's still on the call though. Who else we got on the call? I think Mark Salent just joined, and then we got a 901 area code as well. Who's the 901 area code? Is that Christina?
Yes, it is.
Oh, hey, what's up, Christina? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Do you want to get on the sponsor list? Do you want to put St. Thomas on there?
I mean, I could probably get some pretty cool shit.
Hey, watch your language. They're heavy hitters here in Nashville. Maybe we could get them as a sponsor. I don't know. Think about it. It might actually be a good idea.
It might be. You never know.
Does anybody at your work know that you're involved with the biggest low voltage community on the planet?
Actually, I've been talking about it at work. Just people who have been contemplating on different job opportunities and expanding their horizons. And I've got other people outside of the hospital community that are also interested. So I've been spreading the word. Cool.
lowvoltagenation.com/join.
Already been there. Got some of that info.
What I'm saying is send your people. Send your people there.
They're going to be there.
Yeah. Hey, we're talking about Meetup stuff, which is your beat. This is all you're doing, Christina. Do you have any updates or anything?
Updates for now. Let's see. Everything is locked into place.
Cool.
We are currently, it's a done deal. So anybody who's coming from out of town, welcome. I'm excited to see everyone. We're going to be there the night before. So that's exciting. Also, I've taken care of all the snacks and food-wise to go apart with the meeting, so everyone will be comfortable just kind of hanging out and talking and doing some just everything pretty much. I'm just excited to see where it's going to go, and I've got that all locked down. So yeah,
that's awesome. Thank you. And then the floor signs. You said you talked to Mike at Vertical Cable about the floor signs.
Yes, we're going to try to get a second one because I think it'd be really great to have two. One to put at the very bottom of the building, kind of when you're coming in, and then also one outside the door that the meetup will be held at. So we are currently working on that.
Cool. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, we were talking about name tags. Marco's going to bring some lanyards and we're going to do some name tags. And I might actually, if Jordan's going to attend, she can maybe take on that task to do that. So unless you want to take it, I know you get your hands full right now, but just think about name tags and how we can kind of do that.
All right. Sounds good.
Sweet. Thanks, Christina.
Thanks.
Mark Salent, did you get on the call? I think I saw you bounce on real quick. Don't be shy, Mark.
Yes, I am.
There he is. Hey, what's up, brother? How are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Just hanging out, man. Cool. And then Mick Andrews got on the call too, from Down Under, getting after it on a Monday. How you doing, Mick?
Hey, Blake. How are you, mate? Yep.
Yeah, pretty good.
Monday.
Yep. Keeping it quiet. Trying not to wake everybody up.
Sorry, mate.
Gotcha.
I have to get the voice down a bit.
You're good. Thanks, Mick.
How's everyone's weekend? Good?
Well, yeah.
Nice. What's happening with the Google Fiber over there?
It's failing.
No good. Send a technician out to fix that.
Yeah, they got a couple, and they sub them out, and doesn't really work out so well. So,
okay.
Should you call Fiber Cartel? What do you think? You think you can fix it?
Well, dude, so that's kind of interesting because we were chatting with getting Jordan trained up for splicing fiber, And he was like, okay, I'll come to Nashville. Like, is there any work there? I said, well, Google Fiber needs help. And he was like, he was legit strategizing on how to get trained up using Google Fiber, because I know they have like a fiber academy for their technicians. So actually, he's actually considering coming out here.
Yeah, if the work is there, for sure.
The work's in Atlanta, apparently. We got to figure that out, Marco. Like, that's
the
real deal.
Just chalk it up on the list, man.
Yeah, right? All right, we're getting way ahead of ourselves right now. All right, cool. Let's get back to the sponsor list. Who am I missing for vendors? Oh, yeah, Vertical Cable, of course. They're providing us with, like, most of the rack stuff. Who else wants to get on? Mark Salent, you want to get on the list? Some Lock Alchemy? I'll take that as a yes. And then Mick, you want to get on the list?
Sorry, mate, I missed that.
Yep. So we have the meetup in Nashville, and wanted to see if you want to get on the list just as a sponsor. Like, it doesn't cost anything. Just say, hey, I support this effort.
Oh, definitely, yeah, 100% support. I think it's great.
Cool. First Point Comms. Yeah, and we'll live stream the event. At least I'll try to. And it'll be like a mastermind meeting, like a big mastermind meeting. And so it'll be in Slack. I'll have Slack on the projector, and I'll have video, hopefully, of a live stream, so everybody can be involved. It'll be cool.
So I can feel like I'm still there.
Yeah. We want to. Everybody's welcome. Everybody wants to. Whoever wants to hang out, for sure.
I'd say throw Chris on there too, but ask him what name he wants it under.
Oh yeah, he's got like 7 different companies. So I think he's doing the Sprinter IT.
I think that's what he's going to land on.
Yeah, that's what he mentioned. Who else? There's a handful of people that have helped. Oh yeah, Zach, definitely. And I forget Zach's company. It's like Best something. Zach, does anybody know it?
Is it Best Security Solutions?
Best Security Systems LLC.
There you
Best
go.
Security Systems. Yeah. He's definitely helped out a lot. He's got to be at least like a gold member, gold sponsor.
And then Pierce.
Oh yeah, Pierce he's going to be there, hopefully. So all green lights. Who am I forgetting? Who else has contributed? I know there's a lot of ambassadors, but I want to just do the ones that are like contributing a lot. All right, let's move on. Let's take a look at the gold standard stuff. This is awesome what Zach has done here. Just want to make sure that Chris is not on the call right now. I'll have to follow up with Chris and see if he's going to be for sure providing all this stuff, and I'll have to follow up with Vertical Cable about all the equipment. Action items.
I'll let you know how those vertical cable racks are. I decided to order one for a job that I'm doing in a week.
Oh, okay. What size are you getting?
I want to say 16.
16?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Theron threw like 5 different racks at me, so I think I finally landed on a 16.
Follow up with Mike and Chris. And then Marco's going to do the Mark Nagao stuff for all the switches and stuff. Okay, I think we're in pretty good shape for that. I just got to start getting stuff delivered here as soon as possible. And then Marco, you said you're getting the LTE modem or the Cradle Point.
Yep, that's the Cradle Point.
Okay. Are you just going to bring that with you? You want to ship it?
I guess let me see what I have in the shop, and then I'll, if I got like access point or whatnot, I'll throw it in the box with it and just send it right out.
Okay. And I'll have to send out notifications for everybody just to be like, hey, where's this stuff? Because it's getting down to the wire. I mean, I know we got a few weeks, but with the holidays.
Yeah, but what do we really have? Like 2 weeks, right? With all the days off and stuff?
We don't really have much, yeah. So I want to get this stuff shipped out like really soon.
And I think this week will be good for me because I can, they were doing a half day, so I can probably gather all the stuff and hopefully get it out Thursday, I would say, or even Tuesday.
Okay. I'll just send out notifications to everybody. Shipping parts for Meetup. I could probably get Zach to do that. He's been pretty good at putting together this stuff. I'll talk to Zach. Cool. I think that's good for that. Let's see what else we got. Piers, and then so Piers says the rack stuff. Don't need that. All right, next order of business. LinkedIn. I'm a huge advocate for LinkedIn. Christina, get your LinkedIn account. John Laurie, I know you're not on the call, but get your LinkedIn account. Who else? It's a really big deal because I've just been getting tons of engagement, and like I said, and then we have Jordan. She's on LinkedIn, and she's reaching out to people as the community manager, just helping out with resharing stuff, keeping people engaged, and just liking stuff. Basically, just keeping the community active. So if you haven't already, I think she sent out requests to all of the people that are associated with Low Voltage Nation on LinkedIn. If you haven't, connect with her, please. Patreon. So I have a Patreon account, and this was thanks to Brandon for kind of kicking me into gear because I don't like asking for money. It's kind of hard for me to do that. I still have a hard time doing it, but if you want to support like in any form or fashion, like monetarily, Patreon is a way to do that. I don't expect anybody to do it, but it does help with the efforts. So patreon.com/Low Voltage Nation. 3 people have done it so far. Brandon was one of them. It's his idea, so he was obligated to do it anyway. But I love Patreon. I've never supported somebody on it, but I probably should start doing it. But it's a great platform where you can provide sort of like more like tiered value with what you're doing, and people can just give you support as a podcaster, YouTuber, whatever. But I asked my mom to do it. She didn't do it, but she said she's going to. But this is all the efforts, all the money will go towards the content tsunami and the LVN tour efforts, like for me getting like travel expenses and then meeting up with everybody to get some more content and further build this community out. So anything would help at this point. So keep that in mind. Thank you. I talked about my new gig earlier. Working with Provisions Group. I think it's gonna be a big deal for Low Voltage Nation. I brought my Enterprise CC portfolio that Marco sent me, and it was chock full of all the stickers and all the swag and like marketing collateral that everybody sent me. But whether it was binary defense, all green lights, Enterprise CC, all these different folks, CBS Tech NY, and I just went on and on and on about how awesome Low Voltage Nation was, and they loved it. So I handed out stickers, got them all excited about it, and I was like, hey. Like we got this thing called the Gold Standard, and I know some guys. I know some guys that they do some really good work. So when we come across some clients that are in need of structured cabling, access control, MSP work, like let's look at what we got at Low Voltage Nation first. And they are super pumped about everything we're doing. So I think it's just great for everybody. Next order of business. Boom, we got the Low Voltage Nation repository. Please use this to access all of the agendas, all the notes, interview stuff. Hey, Marco, what's up with the interview questions, by the way?
I'm really dropping the ball. Is like besides I don't even have a statement for it anymore. I know, I'm sitting here, you're through your Google Drive, and I'm like, son of a
I know.
match.
Yeah. Wait, so where is it? Let's find it. What is it, Marco? Here's the top of the list. Okay. All right,
I started it. It's terrible.
Marco,
Terrible.
what's something that your business does really well? Sets. Why is it blue? Hold on. I'll do this for you. Sets the gold standard, right?
It's a good start.
Yeah.
You can say drops the ball on answering questions.
This isn't one of those like problems that goes away if you just ignore it. It will persist. I'll send you a reminder. This will send you an email at Marco.
Yeah, it'll be done today. You know what? When we get on the phone call later tonight with Mason, it'll be done.
All right. Instead of let's wire it, I'll do let's write it. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. I think it's funny.
No, it serves me right.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Let's get back to business. Cool. Yeah. So that the repository, thanks to Mark Salent and Eric Winders for that. Oh, is Eric on the call? Hey, Eric, you on the call? I don't know if he showed up or not. Dang it. We made some really good progress with Low Voltage Nation /join.
And speaking of that, do we have that in the Facebook group? Any note of that to tie them to the website?
It's at the top right here, but it's not like in your face or like
no. The Low Voltage Nation's Facebook group.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh,
yeah.
I got you. Oh, okay, that's a great idea. I guess it's probably be pretty easy just to like embed.
Yeah,
embed
or it. Pin it to the top, maybe.
Yeah, I can drop it in there real quick. I mean,
yeah, I'm seeing more engagement on there. I think it might be worthwhile.
Yeah, and I guess Brandon, you've kind of like taken the reins on that, maybe, or like.
Yeah, I can see if I can get it on there. I just want to make sure you hadn't already done it.
I got you. Okay, that's a good idea. I'm gonna write that down. Action items. Add. And I saw you commented on some stuff recently. I was like, who wrote that?
Was I sleep commenting again?
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, I don't take Ambien or anything. You know, fairly about my wits throughout the day. Add Facebook group link to join page. All right, word. That's awesome.
Yeah, cool. I figured I'd try to do a little bit of engagement on there so people don't just think it's all the members amongst themselves talking to each other.
Right. There was one you were like, that's not the gold standard, or like, oh no, you said something about an ambassador would napalm that, or something. I forget.
Yeah. No, I think I said something like, I know a guy that can supply you with some napalm. It was like just a disgusting rack.
It was pretty bad. Yeah. It's funny.
And I think I commented on the Unify Facebook group because somebody showed a picture of a one of the outdoor access points, one of the small ones, just duct taped to the wall with the PoE injector just duct taped to the wall.
Was that I saw that. Was that a joke?
No. That was a legit install.
So funny. That was bad. That was really bad. All right, cool. Goal setting. Let's run it. What happened to my filters? Let's see. First up, let's do that 201 area code. That's New Jersey. That's Marco. Let's see what he has on the list. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Blanks. What the hell? Cool. Starting project prior to 2020. What was that all about? Did you start that project, or like what was the Marco?
That was one of them. Yes, we did start it. We're actually now ahead of the game because the framers slowed down. So we're off of it probably till next year now, until they get some more stuff done.
Okay, so that's a complete item, I guess.
Right? Yes.
Okay, and then increase in fire. That was just a note. Increase in fire alarm system sales. The next item. I'm actually pretty interested in this. Like, what happened with your server? You bought a server off of Amazon. I think like a Dell Refurb, a PowerEdge, and then you're going to put Hyper-V or ESXi on it. Which route did you end up going?
So I actually ended up buying 3 more I found from on eBay. I went a little nuts.
Yeah.
So I got one right now running Hyper-V. I'm having a boot up issue with it, but it's up and running at the moment. And then the other 2, I want to throw ESX on it. So that's like a 50%, I'd say.
Yeah. So with Hyper-V, is that are you doing bare metal install, or how does that work?
So the machine itself, the host machine runs. These will probably run 2K19, and then I'll Hyper-V on top of that.
To me, that sounds weird. I don't know if that's. I don't know. I just feel like it's weird if it's not bare metal, like putting the hypervisor on top of an OS and then putting more OS on top of it.
You don't really have the option with Hyper-V to do it.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I was thinking about that today, like in bed, like before I woke up. Like I was just kind of dreaming about it, and interesting. Anyway,
you can do what's called a nano server, which is kind of like it, but I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, I was like, how is Marco making Hyper-V bare metal? I was very disturbed by this. What does he know that I don't? All right. Anyway, so restructure operations and schedule procedures. That was one of your action items, your goals.
So we didn't have our Friday meeting because we got slammed with, hey, can you come over and install my home theater before Sunday?
That was a pretty dope install, man. You got some good feedback on LinkedIn.
Yeah, we did. Thank you. It was, I was there playing on Friday. Myself and my father and my guys. I came out at about 7 because they were beat, but we got it done. So we didn't have our meeting for that restructuring. So I'm hoping to do that either tomorrow or Tuesday.
Okay, so that's next week's stuff. Just gonna drop it to next week or this week. So fiber division expansion. That's just kind of like pie in the sky right now, kind of on the back burner. Or have you had more conversations with Fiber Cartel?
I haven't. I've been kind of drilling and bouncing some ideas off of a couple aerial guys out here. Yeah. So we're kind of still tossing the ball around, so to speak.
Cool. Sorry, I just got a text from somebody. Sorry. Okay.
Squirrel?
Squirrel. Yeah. I was wondering where Christina went. Christina dropped up a call, so she sent me a text. So anyway. Yeah. Proposal procedures, making sure they are being followed. Ooh, what's that all about, Marco?
It's just, I think that's really going to tie back into the restructuring operations and schedule procedures, just because it's 2020 is going to be a little tighter, we'll say. And, I think just things need to be kind of regrouped, if you will.
I hear you. What other goals do you have for this week? Anything else that stands out?
This week I want to try to wrap up whatever we can, service call wise. We have a couple things that have been lingering in our ticketing system, so I'm hoping we can knock that out, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday. But ideally, if we can get whatever we can done before Christmas, that would make me feel a little better.
Cool. Make you feel better. That is very.
It's always nice, warm and fuzzies, right?
Yeah, man. 'Tis the season. Brandon, did Brandon drop off the call? What the hell?
See, I'm telling you, Google Meet is kicking people off, man.
Is it Google Meet? I hope not. This is like the primary thing I use for.
Well, someone just called in. Is that him?
I think so. Brandon, is that you calling in?
Yes, my daughter just turned my computer off.
We were blaming Google because they're just the punching bag because of Google Fiber and Google Meet.
No. She walked right. I just put a temporary desk up in the basement. She walked right over into the power button.
They're like, hey, what's this? There's 50 things I can press. Let's press the power button.
Yep.
She's like, Daddy, you're done. Goodbye.
The meeting will be over soon, young lady. Brandon, let's look at your goals real quick. Let's do a little check-in. Holy smokes, you got a lot of stuff on here. That's awesome. Website is at 25%. Why is your website?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Look, I'm not here to like criticize or judge. This is like Planet Fitness. It's a judge-free zone. All right. And but how can we help you expedite this?
I just need time to do it. I mean, it's been getting so busy lately.
I got you.
That's my goal over the next few days, is to try to work on that more. Hopefully it's quiet.
Yep. And then onboarding 2 new clients to manage services. That's at 50%. What was that item about?
So I just had 2 customers sign up for managed services. So got the agents all deployed, antivirus all deployed for one. The other client, I'm waiting for the office manager to get back from vacation. So once she gets back from vacation, I'll onboard that second one.
Okay. 50% done still, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And then enjoy some much needed family time during the holiday break. I guess that's in the future, man. Oh yeah, you already populated your goals, so you already did. Okay, yeah. Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then order NFR Cisco gear. What is NFR Cisco gear? What is that?
Not for resale.
Okay.
So that heavily discounted gear that I can't resell.
Gotcha. Just for testing purposes, obviously.
Pretty much, yeah. One of the goals is to set up VPN between the office and the house and kind of use the house as a disaster recovery center.
Gotcha. Deploying Cascade's cloud backup solution to select clients. So some Acronis stuff, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Cool. It's a good product.
Yeah,
Brandon, have you started it yet?
Solar ones. I have been testing it. I haven't fully deployed it yet.
Okay. Yeah, because we started about maybe like a month ago, and it seems to be pretty stable, pretty smooth.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm trying to get everybody off of SolarWinds, and all that's left are people using SolarWinds backups, so been looking for a better solution.
Cool.
Nice. Reschedule meeting with Binary Defense.
Yeah, that was fun. 15 minutes
power
before the meeting,
out.
I lose power. Yeah, literally 15 minutes before that meeting, the power went out in our building, and I go up front, and somebody goes, I heard a loud pop outside. I'm like, gosh. Oh, great. Oh, great, we lost a transformer.
Yeah, I was talking to Abby about that from Binary Defense. She was like, yeah, he lost power, had to reschedule. I go, well, couldn't he just call it in? She's like, well, maybe Blake, maybe he had some other stuff. And it was like, other stuff going on, Blake. She's like calming me down. I was like getting kind of like, why didn't you get on the phone call then?
Well, because I didn't know how long it was going to go out, so I was running up front to make sure everything got turned off.
That's why Abby's awesome, because she knows how to handle, my passion, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was very angry that happened.
That's so funny. But yeah, definitely get on a call with them, man. I think they've expanded so much. I don't know if you've noticed, but 35 employees at the beginning of this year, and now they're over 100. It's crazy.
Well, when I was talking to Jeff, he said they purpose-built the building that they're in now, and they've already outgrown it.
Yeah, that one in Stowe, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I tagged. He replied to something on LinkedIn. Jeff replied to one of Enterprise CC's post, and I'm just kind of tagged Marco in it because I want to get Jeff and Marco connected because I think it's a really good relationship. So
is he the CEO, Mike?
So Jeff is the he's an biz dev executive, business development executive. Okay. So he's really public facing with especially on LinkedIn, but he brings in people like you, Marco, like owners of companies, CEOs, executives to become partners, like either resellers or whatever you want to use the product for. But the CEO, his name is David Valentine, I believe. That's actually Abby's father, but the founder of the company is Dave Kennedy. Dave Kennedy is the guy that I know that does all sorts of other stuff in InfoSec and penetration testing and all that. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a whole big community. Brandon and I talk a lot about it, especially on MSP Weekly, but it's a huge partner and relationship. that we have at LVN. Binary Defense actually is going to be a sponsor, unpaid sponsor. I just want the logo, but they're going to send some swag and also be a little more involved with us. So it's a good thing for sure.
Really cool.
Yep. Cool, man. Brandon, so anything else you want to add to your goals? Check in?
No, I think I'm good.
Cool, man. How's your computer doing? Is it back on or what?
Yep. It's back on now. Had to do updates too because I haven't turned it on in 6 months.
Yeah.
Windows updates.
It's a big round button right at the top too. She just walked right over and touched it.
That's so funny. So we got, I think like everybody just dropped off the call. I guess they got annoyed with my rambling. I need to work on that. Next up is Nick.
Too bad.
Yeah, we're having a good time, man. Mick Andrews, what's going on with you? You got that alarm job troubleshooting. Did you ever get that squared away?
Take a guess, mate. Have a guess. No, okay. Unfortunately not.
I didn't want to say it, but I don't know. So, what's holding you up, do you think?
Just trying to squeeze it in around my regular work. So, the plan was to go, and like I said, it's a bit of a friend job anyway. So, it's not sort of. I mean, it's a priority, but I haven't been making it a priority. But what I wanted to do was go out there and disable or unplug the sirens and just see which sensor's tripping this alarm. Like I might have mentioned it before. It's my first alarm job, so now I've got to teach myself how to do troubleshooting on it.
Cool.
But but no, the other goal there, get a Blue Yeti microphone. We can tick that one off now. That's under the Christmas tree.
Oh, well, okay, so somebody's getting it for you, or did you like buy it for yourself and then put it under the Christmas tree?
That's it, mate. Yeah. More of that one. More ask my wife, do you mind if I spend $200 on my own present? And
I love it. I love that.
She was okay with it.
That's cool, man.
Actually, I ended up buying the I think there was a nano version. It was a bit smaller, so I went for that one. So it was only about $140, which comfortable with. So yeah, that's under the tree.
Cool. It's awesome, man. What
excited about that.
Yep. So what's the deal with like? Do you take off like the whole week in Australia but you're working right now, aren't you? Or what's your schedule?
Yes. Yeah. So being a contractor, we just in the job that I'm working in, you just roster yourself on for whichever days you want to. So all our kids are off school at the moment, so today will be my last day, and just have a couple of weeks off. So
couple weeks off, cool, man.
Yeah, taking 2 weeks off this time. Normally I'll only take about a week and a half because depending on the timing of the days. But going the full 2 weeks this time.
Yeah,
it's exciting, mate.
Yeah, do you ever get snow on Christmas? I've never been. I have no idea what Australia's like.
It's the opposite, actually. No, we're in summer now. It's our,
nice.
It's our summer. Yeah. So no, we get the warm days. It's sort of when the warm days start to happen.
Yeah, that sounds.
So
lovely.
no, it's all beaches and beer for us for the next 2 weeks. It's gonna be
beaches
nice.
And beer. I love it. I'll make my way down under eventually.
You have to, mate. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Depends if you prefer the cold or prefer the warmth. But
I prefer the warmth.
I don't have it this way, mate.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I've never. It's funny. I can't say I've actually seen snow in residential streets. Only when we deliberately go to the where the snow falls on the mountains here. So it'd be very interesting to see that actually snow out in the streets. It'd be
Cool, man. What else do you have going on this week? What kind of goals and tasks do you have?
Let's see. So something I want to get better at in the future is quoting private jobs. So my parents, my mum and dad, they come around to our house last night to have a bit of a Christmas gathering, and my dad's usually someone I try and take a bit of advice from, and he's been trying to give me some advice for a while to actually just quote jobs properly and forget about them, because I tend to do all my private work is for people I know. So it's just always been difficult for me to charge people I know full price. So that's something I need to get better at.
Yeah, it'll definitely take up a lot of time for sure.
Yeah, well, I don't really have to advertise because as you know, working for the telco, just doing maintenance. So I've never really had to advertise privately, and
right.
Usually the little jobs I do are just sort of cash in hand type jobs. So I don't really quote something and go out and do the work. It still feels unfamiliar. So something I need to get better at.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it. I think that's it for everybody on the call because most of them dropped off.
Yeah. The I'm not sure if it was me, Blake, but the audio got a bit staggery there for a few minutes. So I thought it was my end. I was having trouble hearing you for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it might be Google Fiber. Hey, Brandon, were you getting the same thing? Was it all jittery for me?
At times.
Really?
But I mean, it's a Google Meetup, so they might be listening, and they probably heard you bad-mouthing them.
Has it been bad quality the whole time, just like in and out?
No. There's just one or two times that you cut out for a second or two.
See, that happens, and I noticed it on the podcast, like especially like when I kick off the podcast, like at the most like inopportune time, it'll be like, so. We got to figure something out, man. I got to figure out like a better like internet connection because I'm actually running off of Wi-Fi, and I just got to get better microphones, better internet. I got to figure this out.
Yeah, and I mean, even look at Skype. I mean, that's what Leo has been using for 10 years.
He still uses it, I think, right, with like a TriCaster.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah.
But I mean, he runs them. Each call is on its own dedicated like server.
Right.
I mean, we don't need to get that crazy, but
I mean, eventually,
if you want, we can always jump into my unit with the meeting conference system we use for our PBX. If you want to try it.
Yeah, we just got to figure out. I mean, I'll try anything at this point. We'll think about it. But yeah, I've noticed like the jittering, and yeah, it's not good. No bueno. All right. What else? Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns? Oh, hey, Marco, the shirts. It's closed, and I didn't order one.
Do you want me to reopen it?
I think so. Yeah. Four people ordered it, so I'm not sure who did. But it wasn't me.
I ordered. I was going to see when they might ship out.
Damn it! All right.
I'll have to
reopen it if you can.
I'll check it out.
Why does it close? Like, what's the purpose behind that? Just to like pretend like there's
I think we did it. Remember we were saying we put a deadline to it because people weren't getting their ears in gear. So I think we did that, and I'm including you and I on that week.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, I'll take extreme ownership for something I didn't do. It's fine.
I'll go in there and check that out and get that reopened.
Okay, cool. What else we got? I feel like there's more stuff to talk about, but maybe not. No point in dragging it out.
You said it was going to be a lean meeting. It was an hour.
It was an hour. Yeah, I mean, even an hour is like too long in my opinion, but we always have so much to talk about, which is good. There's a lot going on here. And it's good stuff, mostly. It's like 99% of it is good. Cool. All right, fellas. I guess, and the lady dropped off, so. All right, I'm sure I'll talk to most of you on Slack and the internet, and if you guys need anything, please reach out. Yeah, so that's a wrap. Have a Merry Christmas, and all that stuff, and we'll talk soon.
You too. Sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Bye.